Now at 5:30, 4 men Lexington police say were behind a violent home invasion in town are in jail this morning. One of the latest developments in the case.
Also on WKYT this morning, city leaders say heavy traffic could be a possibility this weekend in downtown Lexington. It's a very eventful weekend ahead.
Fortunately, we're going to see a very eventful weekend with the weather in terms of a lot of rain in store, flood watch in effect for some zones, and I'll go over that, how much you can expect coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Hello there and good morning. Welcome in. It's good to have you with us on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in. A lot going on downtown this weekend. St. Patrick's Day weekend, always a big party.
And other events as well. The rain, it could put a damper on things. That'll be something we'll have to watch. Micah has a look at that right now with this flood watch we have.
Yeah, and that flood watch, as you can see, it's not for everybody. And Bill was asking me, is it for the whole state of Kentucky? No, it's actually for the east, central, north, and western zones down toward the south. The reason being it's not there is because you're expecting a ½ inch to an inch of rain, so not as much as everybody else. It's a kind of a weird system, how it just kind of crawls up the western zones, right up 65, and just kind of hovers right over, say, I-64 corridor. Down toward the south, you'll get some rain, there's no doubt about it, but it's just not going to be as much as everybody else. Let's look on Defender right now. As you can see, the bulk of it back toward Bowling Green, heading toward Greene County, and also sitting there now entering that Adair County, Russell County, Cumberland region, and it's going to continue to flow toward the north and the northeast. Temperatures outside feel pretty nice. And then we head throughout the day. Temperatures won't change that much, right around 60. It's a good feeling, on and off rain all day long, and that takes you in toward tomorrow. We'll go over your parade forecast and also what you can expect the rest of the weekend coming up.
All right, we'll see you in a bit, and here's the latest from WKYT News.
New this morning, 4 men are in the Fayette County Detention Center charged with robbery. Police say they all took part in a violent home invasion.
Police tell us that Jacob Fields, Timothy Cobb, Preston Wells, and Damian Davis were involved in tying up and robbing 2 people at an apartment on Beaver Place early yesterday morning. WKYT's Mark Barber is live from District Court with the latest developments in this case. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. I've learned from arrest citations that 3 of the 4 robbery suspects have confessed to police that they hogtied 2 men, binding their hands and their feet with zip ties and then held a gun to their heads while they robbed them. Now those 4 suspects, Timothy Cobb, Preston Wells, Damian Davis, and Jacob Fields, will be arraigned later today on charges of first-degree robbery. The 4 men are between the ages of 19 and 24 and are from Nicholasville, Palmyra, Frankfort, and Lancaster. According to court documents, around 3 a.m. yesterday morning, they claimed to be federal agents with the Drug Enforcement Administration and kicked their way into an apartment through a window. Court records show that once they were in the Shiloh Park Apartments on Beaver Place, they tied up the 2 men who lived there. Officers tell us that when they showed up, the robbers took off with a stolen shotgun and cash. We've learned from an arrest citation that Davis was arrested about 30 minutes later and was taken into custody on an unrelated warrant. The other 3 men were arrested and charged that afternoon. Again, they will be arraigned this afternoon, all of them on first-degree robbery charges. As for the motive behind this violent home invasion, police say it was drug-related. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. Lexington police say a robbery suspect is in custody after his victim turned the tables on him. Police arrested 18-year-old Robert Miller late last night. A man says he was walking down Alexandria Drive when 6 people came up to him, assaulted him, and stole his wallet. But when they left, the victim told police that he got up and chased them. Police say he caught Miller and held him down until officers could get there. The victim only had minor injuries.
Well, a community has come together to mourn and remember an officer killed in the line of duty. Nicholasville police officer Burke Rhoads died Wednesday in a crash on US 27 in Garrett County. A vigil was held for him last night at Nicholasville City Hall. Those paying respects to Officer Rhoads say he'll be missed by his community and his country.
We will never be the same as a department. We're a 60-man agency, and when you lose an officer, that's part of your family. This is Nicholasville's loss. This is the Commonwealth of Kentucky's loss. This is the nation's loss.
Funeral arrangements have been set for Officer Rhoads. Both the visitation and funeral will be held at Southland Christian Church on Harrodsburg Road. The visitation will be Monday from 10 in the morning until 1 p.m. and from 3 until 8 p.m. The funeral will be Tuesday at noon, followed by a graveside service at Camp Nelson National Cemetery.
The time is now 5:35 on WKYT, and new this morning, Lexington police have arrested a man who they say put a newborn in danger at a hospital. 37-year-old Jose Kemper is charged with criminal trespassing, wanton endangerment, and drug possession. Police say back on March 7th, he went into a newborn nursery at St. Joseph Women's Hospital, which is a restricted area. Police say he was carrying what they believe was cocaine and was under the influence of drugs at the time. They say Kemper could have seriously harmed a newborn baby in the room.
Fayette County school leaders say the student who caused a gun scare at a high school has been found. They say the student has been charged with possession of a weapon on school property and faces other consequences in the school district. On Wednesday, the district received a report of a student with a gun at Bryan Station High School. Investigators say the student left campus. No one was injured, but security was increased.
Lexington police have arrested a man who they say led them on a high-speed chase through town. 24-year-old Justin Seamus is charged with fleeing and evading, wanton endangerment, and driving under the influence. A police officer says radar clocked Seamus driving nearly 100 miles per hour down a Lexington street. When police tried to pull him over, they say Seamus sped up through a construction zone right during rush hour traffic. Police finally caught him on Man-O-War Boulevard. They say he appeared to be high on heroin.
Well, police charged a man after finding thousands of dollars worth of stolen bourbon at a home. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office charged 45-year-old Gilbert Kurtzinger with receiving stolen property. Deputies found 5 barrels of bourbon stolen from Wild Turkey Distillery at his home. They say they also found steroids and firearms.
Obviously, this is a significant amount of bourbon. It's more than I've ever seen.
Investigators are looking for a second suspect who works for Wild Turkey Distillery. Kurtzinger worked at Buffalo Trace. Now, back in 2013, dozens of cases of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon were stolen from Buffalo Trace. No arrests were made in that case, but the sheriff is not ruling out these cases could be connected.
The final results in this week's Bluegrass poll look at the debate over gay marriage. Kentucky's ban of gay marriage is among those that the U.S. Supreme Court will consider next month. The new Bluegrass poll says 57% of Kentucky voters surveyed still oppose same-sex marriage. 33% support it, and 10% are not sure. Kentucky is one of 14 states where same-sex couples can't marry.
General Motors is issuing a recall for Chevy Volts after they realize the car is just too quiet. Some car owners say they forgot to turn off the car because it's virtually silent. That can be dangerous, of course, if a car is in the garage. It can cause a carbon monoxide buildup there. More than 64,000 cars are affected. A software update will keep the car quiet but shuts it off after an hour and a half of idle time.
Well, that's an interesting situation there. Toyota is planning to get rid of one of its models made at its Georgetown plant. A report in USA Today says Toyota will no longer make the Venza crossover. The automaker will phase the car out by the end of summer. According to the report, no jobs at the Toyota plant in Georgetown will be lost. The plant is set to begin production on the Lexus ES sedan later this year.
If you plan to head downtown this weekend, you will have a lot of company. Of course, it's St. Patty's Day weekend.
Well, lots going on.
Yeah.
Big events planned, and city leaders say you can just expect heavy traffic. Let's go to WKYT's Hillary Thornton live in downtown. She's keeping us alert on all that's happening and what that will mean for drivers. Good morning, Hillary.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. As you just mentioned, there is a lot planned to go on down here in downtown Lexington this weekend. On top of the city's St. Patrick's Day festivities, there are several other events planned to take place here around the Lexington Center. The busy weekend kicks off at 8 o'clock Saturday morning with the Shamrock Shuffle. The 3K is followed by the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade at 1, and the festival goes on all day. Now, those events will cause some road closures in the area. In addition to those celebrating the luck of the Irish, about 14,000 people are expected at the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention. That event will take place throughout the weekend at the Lexington Convention Center. Now, with the Wildcats out of town at the SEC tournament, Disney on Ice takes over Rupp Arena with 6 performances scheduled throughout the weekend. Officials expect around 4,000 people at each of those performances. Then just down the road a little bit at the Lexington Opera House, there will be 5 performances of Broadway Live's The Great Gatsby. Now, if you are planning to be down here this weekend, Lexington Center officials encourage you to get down here early to allow time to find parking. They expect the Rupp Arena lot on High Street to fill up early on Saturday, but they say there should be plenty of room in the back lot off of Manchester and West Vine. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, lots happening, and let's check traffic right now and see what's going on as we get started here on this Friday. It's quieter at the moment.
It is a little quiet there. Nicholasville alumni looking good. In addition to downtown traffic, some pothole repair could be going on here and there. Maybe a little spotty, of course, with the weekend's expected rain. Yeah, they're trying to get most of that done Monday through Friday. But again, any chance to work on those potholes, I'm sure they're trying to get that done. And again, the rain could be a factor in lots of things as you travel. Good to have you along on WKYT with much more news on the way.
Looking for some rain outside, but also those temperatures too. We will start to take a tumble as we go into next week. So the next few days look pretty good, but it's that rain. We'll go over the latest forecast coming up.